Hello everyone, nubkeks here. Welcome back to Nub Raids and welcome to some viewer shard pulls. We're going to be jumping onto several viewers' accounts today in today's videos and hopefully bringing some of that content creator luck to get them some good pulls. We're starting out here on Esdet's account and he has 80 ancient shards. Well, he has 82, but we're going to be pulling 80 of them. And he says, I asked him, are there any champions you're hoping to get? And he said, well, to be honest, any legendary would be nice. And in particular, he'd like if I pulled him a Helicath. So, yeah, we'll try. I don't know. What do you guys think? Let's dive right in. Let's start pulling here. What do you guys think? Would you be happy if you pulled a Helicath today? Like, what would you do? Would you still do the fusion? Like, I think I still would because that Faction Guardian stuff is so good and then the potential to empower later on. But man, would it feel bad. Now, this is actually one of the best sets of non-legendary 10 pulls you could have. Soulbond Bowyer is an incredible rare, super good for secret rooms. Grave Chill's great early game. Ogren Jailer hits really hard. Bone Keeper, I think she hits really hard hitting single target damage dealer. Doesn't really see any play, but I think she could have some potential for Orc Faction Wars if you need a big damage dealer. Achak the Wenderin, absolutely incredible. I use Achak, I think it's a she. I use her a lot, actually in Spider Dungeons and even some Doom Tower. AoE freeze on a 3-turn cooldown. Super useful. Most of the time it freezes in PvE. Brings block debuffs, but only for 1 turn for your team, so this move's not great. But that AoE freeze is so useful. And then Farrakhan the Fat, absolutely top tier ally attack champion. Increased crit rate, increased crit damage for 3 turns on a 4-turn cooldown. And then all allies except him attack. Really nice. He also brings HP burn and 2 poisons. Decrease attack on his A1. His passive helps keep him alive as well. He's just super good for Demon Lord Clan Boss and just really anywhere. One of the best ally attackers. Definitely the best epic one. And probably better than some of the legendary ones even. Like, he's so strong. I haven't built him up on my account yet, but he is one that I do want to build eventually. Bam, 2 epics back to back. Nizana, Dark Elhain. There's another Corpse Collector. And Dark Aethel. Dark Elhain and Dark Aethel. We are pulling epics left, right, and center here. This is kind of nuts. Nizana, actually quite good. AoE A1. Her A3 is an AoE that can place decreased attack, 75% chance when booked. Then Ally Protection with a really big shield on herself, 40% of her max HP. You can't see it right here, but she does have really good base HP. She's a HP-based champion. So she doesn't do any real damage. Like, she hits like a noodle, but she does do AoE hits. So she's very strong in like a stun set for Faction Wars, for Spider, Doom Tower, Secret Rooms. I actually used her as a Spider tank for level 20 because she's a good affinity. So you have her healing up with War Master hits and AoE hits and shielding herself. Kind of interesting stuff there. So she's actually a really cool epic. More early game, of course. Dark Elhain, log-in champion, but really good. Counters Torment, thanks to her passive, removing freeze. And then she automatically attacks with her, where is it? This one. Yeah, fills her turn meter and instantly activates her AoE attack whenever anyone receives a freeze debuff. So she hard counters Torment in Arena. Just a great champion in general. You can use her for some cool strategies for Dark Fae as well, actually, where you intentionally freeze your team, where you let them intentionally freeze you, and then she goes nuts. Berserker's really good too. Corpse Collector, I don't know if she does anything. Triple hitter at random that can poison. It's not terrible, actually. 100% chance of poison. AoE attack, a heal reduction, decrease accuracy. A1 that can place a leech. You know, actually, she's not awful. She's not awful. Like poisons, a leech, AoE decrease accuracy, heal reduction. She seems not bad. I might revisit her. It actually seems like a pretty decent kit. I don't know. Anyone use Corpse Collector? She seems okay, to be honest. And then Dark Aethel, absolutely. I'm not even going to do her. The dignity of reading her kit. That is how much I don't like Dark Aethel. Terrible champion in every sense of the word. Needs a rework really badly. Here we go. Come on. Can we get something? Nope. Ator, get out of here. Masamoto, I think he's okay. He looks cool, right? He's AoE decreased attack. He gives you that, turn meter fill with increased defense. Not bad. A1, terrible chance to steal some stuff. He's very average, but not terrible. All right, let's go again. Come on. Let's just pull a Helicath, right? Just pull a Helicath. That's all. Easy. Oh, Phoenix is a really good epic. Really good. Oh, no legendaries, but all the epics. Maeve, I pulled her myself, and I still don't remember what she does. Phoenix, really strong. His A1 absolutely smacks. Extra hit if the target has any debuffs, and it also blocks revive. He hits really hard. He also has a Pokeball here, so that's pretty cool. He has an AoE block buffs, albeit on a 4-turn cooldown. And then he has a single target attack that puts decreased defense and decreased speed. So he's just a great champion in general. Great damage dealer. He can come in and be a block buff champion for like normal, maybe hard difficulty Hydra. Really good single target damage. Great when it kills, for example, the ads in Ice Golem. Stops their revive. He's a great champion. Really, really good. Rector Drath. Do we need to say anything about Rector? She is amazing. Single target revive with a perfect veil for 3 turns. Really good revive. Big team heal that also puts perfect veil out or continuous heal if they're low on life. Decrease attack on her A1. And then allies under veil get 50 bonus resistance, and it heals them by 10% of their max HP at the start of every turn. Resistant Doom Tower battles. She's just so good. She's so good. Arena, Hydra, Doom Tower. Amazing. Dungeons, so good. One of the best. Best epics in the game. Absolutely love her. We're going in again. Here we go. Here we go. The rare attacks are coming in. The game's like, you've had enough epics, have some rares. Thuresk, interesting. So she is one of the newer ones. She looks super cool, right? Her skin is awesome with these glowy effects. You got a creepy smile. She looks great. Seems pretty terrible though. You know, potentially increasing random debuffs. A triple hitter that can remove buffs from the target. Then she has an AoE attack that places decreased resistance. Kind of awkward though, right? Because she's a damage dealer. Where is decreased resistance useful? It's going to be against high resistance enemies, which means that for her to place this, she's going to need to have tons of accuracy. And if she has tons of accuracy, she's not doing any damage. So her kit just, to me, just doesn't make any sense. Whereas let's say with Deliana, you can definitely build Deliana to still be tanky and do good damage, but also have enough accuracy to place decreased resistance. I think Deliana really made this champion pretty much just completely redundant. Let's be real. I don't see anywhere that you'd use her at the moment. I mean, maybe things will change at some point, but for now, nope. All right, what do we got? Ursine Ironhide, Defiled Sinner. No legendaries, man. Ursine the bear. I think, is he the good bear? I don't know if he's the good bear. I've never actually used the bears. They were like I think they were Battle Pass champions back in the day. And Defiled Sinner, he does like nothing. He does nothing. He's terrible. He's like Dark Aethos. Dark Aethos, what Dark Aethel wants to be, but still terrible. All right, here we go. How many shards are we up to now? Oh man, I'm feeling bad. I thought we're not getting. Oh no, how many do we have left? Oh, this is the last 10. Oh no, there's not. He would say any legendary. We don't want Helicath. Any legendary, please, game. 4, 3. No. Oh, not a legendary in sight, guys. That feels bad. Torture Helm is cool. I think Hell Hades did he use Torture Helm? I think he used him in his Unkillable with Helicath, which is really cool. You can do some cool stuff with him because he does revive himself on a 3-turn cooldown. So he can be like your stun tank or something in Demon Lord. There's some fun stuff you can do with him, I think. I don't know how to make that work, but I think that's what he did. And then Rearguard Sergeant, actually really underrated champion. She's great, especially early game. AoE attack that places decreased attack and heals her. It's not a 100% chance, 75% chance when booked. Still useful. Ally protection and continuous heal on her whole team for 2 turns. Doesn't put it on her, right? But that's a great buff for your team. And then her A1 places decreased defense. So early game, progressing in Dragon, Ice Golem, Demon Lord, Clan Boss, just everywhere. Doom Tower, Arena even. Like, she's going to be so good early game. She brings everything that you need. Definitely like an underrated champion. Her aura's kind of pants, but she's a great champion for early game, which is not relevant to Esdet though. But hey, look, there you go. Tons of epics, absolutely tons of points. How many points did we get there? Absolutely tons of points. No legendary though, which was the one thing he was looking for. Let's just check the points here, and then let's jump over to the next account. Yeah, we got tons and tons of points here. Oh, he's actually pretty close. He might get some more stuff. He's number 1 right now. He might get more stuff and get up towards that other legendary book. I would definitely try to push for that if I was him. Grab that other legendary book really close to it. There you guys go though. 80 shards. Almost got enough points to completely max out the tournament. No legendary. Let's jump to the next account. Alright then, next up we're here on Dolce Angelo's account. He has 41 ancient shards for us to pull, and he is hoping for something that will help him with Ultra Nightmare 1 key. Would be a big deal, or of course to get a Kinagashi, the epic that's part of the fusion, to help him with the fusion either. Without any further ado, let's dive in. We might just pull the 40 shards, leave him one for himself, but let's go. Let's see if we can get some legendaries straight in, man. Straight in. And it's Rathmatab. So Rathmatab, he's definitely an interesting one. This is not a legendary you're going to use absolutely everywhere. He's certainly situational. He does have an AoE provoke on a 3-turn cooldown. That has Hydra potential. His A1 that can increase skills at random. It's definitely designed for the Eternal Dragon in Doom Tower. And then he does bring you increased resistance and block damage on a 4-turn cooldown. So I think he can definitely do some stuff in Doom Tower. I'm not sure if we're progressing in Doom Tower right here. We'll check that in a second. We also got a Kenelia. Kenelia is amazing. Super good epic. She's got really high base speed. And then she has an AoE sleep, so she can work kind of like a Kaimar for Arena. She can also solo a lot of Doom Tower bosses. And then I'm pulling Maeve every time today. Pitiless One, I think, is almost entirely useless. Let's see. How far are we in Doom Tower here on this account? Okay, we're in hard. We've got up to floor 30 of hard. Okay, floor 30 of hard. So it looks like we're still progressing there. Rathmatab definitely can help you out. He can definitely help you out there. Kind of exciting. Let's go. Let's pull some more. And I think he could also be useful for progressing in Hydra. And definitely when new Hydra difficulties come out and the accuracy of the Hydra heads go up more, it's going to be really good. Ugo, this is a very good champion. If she is new, congratulations. If she's not new, that's okay too. This is a champion you can use duplicates of for Hydra. So good for Hydra. Leech on A1, not bad. Her A2 then is a decreased defense with block buffs on a 3-turn cooldown. That's so helpful for building out your Hydra teams. Her A3 is a nice team heal that also removes a debuff, removes heal reduction as well. She has really high base HP, so she will heal a lot. So with Ugo, you're just going to build her fast, accurate, crank up her HP. She'd be super tanky, and just, yeah, she brings so much to Hydra teams. You can definitely build up multiple Ugos. Not bad. Not bad at all. The luck is here today so far. Hotatsu, Fenshi. We're getting the Shadowkin epics, but not the one that we wanted here, unfortunately. Not the one that we wanted, but Hotatsu is actually supposed to be very, very good. I don't have him myself. Leech on the A1, good chance to place it. Decrease attack, AoE on the A2. And then he has increased defense and continuous heal on his A3. And these have good cooldowns. They both buck down to 3 turns. He's got a nice passive that removes debuffs from him. Prioritizing crowd control. He's got defense in all battles aura. Yeah, he just seems like an incredible progression epic. I'm not sure if he's going to be needed now on this account. We might be a bit past that, like we're into Doom Tower hard stuff. But super good for faction wars. Yeah, just a great epic. Fenshi, I think, is actually kind of underrated. He's pretty decent as well. Triple hitter with decreased speed on his A1. Triple hitter that can decrease turn meter on his A2. And then double hitter that can place poison and ignore defense on his A3. So I think he's actually probably okay for some clan boss stuff. And he's going to be very, very good for Fire Night, and especially when we have these tournaments that are happening more and more often these days, where it's like faction specific champions for tournaments. He's a real Fire Night specialist. He looks cool as well. He's a Fire Night specialist and he looks cool. Right, let's go in. The last 10, I mean, getting one legendary out of that is already nice. That's already pretty cool. Can't complain about that. We're getting some great epics. Oh my god, epics are raining from the sky here. Another Fenshi. My goodness, Fenshi stacking up. Now Melka, really, really good epic. She's got a shield, a really nice shield with a continuous heal on her A2. And then she's got revive 2 random allies on her A3. It seems like a simple kit, but she's just so effective, right? She's so effective, so simple to make work. And she really makes your teams a lot more survivable. She is a great champion. Luthia, I'm not sure what she does. She can poison on her A1. Triple hitter with a terrible chance to freeze. AoE with decreased speed. I mean, the decreased speed is cool, but I'm not impressed by Luthia there. Forget about her, I think. Taragi the Frog, top tier epic though. He is so good. Shield on your whole team with ally protection. Heals him, gives him reflect damage, heals him more for poisons, He has a really good chance to put out poisons every time he's hit. AoE provoke, decrease attack A1. Taragi is like god tier for clan boss. So there we go, actually. Taragi might help you in your clan boss stuff. I'm not sure if he's run clan boss. Oh, so clan boss has actually already been locked in. If I take a quick look, so okay, this is your current clan boss team. So that's, I don't think that's unkillable. I don't think that's an unkillable team. Obviously it's like a Demitha. We've got the high speeds. Is she able to do it unkillable by herself? I'm not sure. Maybe with like the Hydra Seeker, it might be unkillable, in which case, yeah, it's not going to help, unfortunately. But in like a traditional clan boss team, he's amazing. And for that faction wars as well. How are we doing? Let's take a quick look here. Shadowkin. Oh no, we've maxed out Shadowkin. Okay, so that's already done. We've actually maxed out everything, so it's not going to help us there. We're actually a little bit further than I thought on the account. So yeah, hang on, guys. Oh no, I just checked. I didn't even think of checking, but I just checked. He already has Rathmatab. Rathmatab is already in there. It's a duplicate. That feels a bit bad. Well, you know, at the very least, it's gonna be another duplicate here for barbarians. That's not terrible. I mean, getting towards that accuracy and resistance, we're getting really close to that now on the account, and that's a really, really big perk. That's so good for Doom Tower, Hydra, everything. So at least that's something, but it could have been so much better. Oh no. Well, look, a legendary is a legendary. It's a bunch of points. It's Faction Guardians. We'll take it. You know, a legendary from 40 shards, we'll take it. All right, everyone, next up. Yes, my clothes have changed. It's exciting. What an exciting video. My goodness, time is passing. Life is passing you by. Barry, get off your ass, Barry, and do something. Someone watching called Barry is going to be like really freaked out right now. My plan, it worked. So we have, oh, actually, let me, no, the intro is ruined. I need to see if we could free up some space. I'll be right back. All right, I am back. We have freed up some space. Let's go in, guys. So we have 37 ancient shards. And obviously this is, you know, we're on an early game account here, 1.9 million player power. So I think that by far the earliest game account we've got. So we're really min-maxing these resources. And I love the instructions I've got here. Really clever stuff here from Zoro. He's asking me, okay, pull the ancients. Then we're going to check where we're at in the tournament. If we need more points, we're going to buy some more ancients with the gems. He's okay with doing that. And then if we still need more points, we're going to pull the Sacreds and the Voids, right? So it's a pretty good plan, right? He wants to make sure he's nailing this event, staying on top of it. And I think it's a good sort of priority stuff for him to do, right? We prefer to save the Sacreds and the Voids if possible for the Summon Rush coming later, because we want to get one of the things from that as well. Bonekeeper, only one here so far. Bonekeeper, hard-hitting single target, epic. Not super useful, but potentially something you can use for Orc faction crypts if you want to. Basilisk, lovely. Urtikata, oh, here we go. The epics are coming in. Woad painted. Woad painted. Wow, 5 epics in this set. We'll take that 1,000 points. Thank you very much. Now, Basilisk, I really like Basilisk. AoE attack, slap him in a stun set, pumping out those stuns, even as a guaranteed stun A2. Urtikata, she's a freaky looking champion. I think she can be very good. For Demon Lord, potentially. Does she outpace Frozen Banshee enough, though? I'm not sure. The interesting thing she does is this. Whenever this champion or an ally lands a critical hit on an enemy under Hex, has a books to 25% chance of placing a poison debuff on the enemy for 1 turn. I think with Masteries you get that up to 30%. So it's only 1 turn, but you can potentially get out quite a lot of poisons. It's just going to be somewhat inconsistent because it's not, you know, a baseline 2-turn thing. She's got a 4-hitter at random with chances to put out Hex. She's got a triple hitter that can put poison sensitivity, then a double hitter on her A1 that can increase the duration of poisons. So she really excels in that like Demon Lord clan boss situation where these hits at random and this triple hit, they all go into that one target, and she's going to put out some pretty good damage. So she's cool. Woad painted buff recently is actually really good champion right now. So her A3 kind of meh, block active skills. Her A1 kind of meh, block active skills. But her A2 is completely nuts. Removes all debuffs from this champion, 1 debuff from all allies, heals this champion by 100% of her max HP, heals all allies equal to 50% of the surplus heal, afterwards puts reflect damage on all allies for 2 turns, then grants this champion an extra turn. Whew, boy, look at that. That is kind of insane. So she's going to do just a ton of healing, right? She's a very easy champion to build. As that early mid-game healer, I think you put her like high HP in something like a regeneration set, so she heals herself up, and then giving you as much surplus healing as possible. And she can be a really cool addition to your team, actually really help you keep your team alive, right? When you think about it, there's not that many pure healers in the game, and early game, it's hard to get them. Then we have Broodlord here, defensive based champion. I don't know if he's that good, right? Ally protection on a single ally and block debuffs, and then a shield on himself. A single target is kind of weird. He's an AoE that has a chance to stun. Better chance against decreased speed. His A1 can provoke the targets under decreased speed. His passive can play. He's really weird. I'm not a fan. Like, he looks awesome. He looks like an absolute unit. He looks super cool, but I just don't know if he is that good. Right, let's go again. Here we go. Here we go. We got one more 10 pull. Let's do it. Will we be lucky? Can we see some gold? Which would be game-changing here in this account. Jizzo. oh, man. Even the epic look. Not the best. Not the best. But we do have Jizzo. As you guys know, I really like Jizzo. Use him quite a bit. Now with Hydra, because he has a 2-turn provoke, he can be very effective at locking down Head of Decay. And then actually, because you put shield and counterattack on a chosen ally, you can choose someone to put this on. So you can turn someone into, make them bait the Head of Mischief very easily. So if they have high resistance, he can make them tank it, which is quite nice. So he's really not too bad. Okay, let's pull these 7. Here we go. And again, when you're early game, guys, you should definitely early game be pulling in these 2x events. Hellborn Sprite actually, as a rare, can be good in some endgame clan boss teams because she has weaken and also has buff extension, which is useful. Early game, I wouldn't really worry about it. I kind of just feed her in, and then you'd pull another one when you're later in the game when you're ready to use her. So that's probably what I would do. But yeah, always be pulling in these 2x events early on, during fusions especially. It's saving your resources for those fusions, trying to max them out. Come on, can we at least get some epics here, game? What are these rares? Come on. Oh, Odachi, I think, is also a pretty reasonable rare. He's got a decent chance, 35% chance to provoke on his A1. He's an AoE that gives him a shield. And then he has block debuffs on all allies and increased defense. Small version on all allies. So, you know, he's not amazing by any means. Like, I think people sort of overhype Odachi a bit, to be honest. He looks cool, though. He's a decent filler for your faction wars, for Shadowkin. There are obviously much, much better champions, like Taragi the Frog is on a completely other level, for example. Yo, Soul Drinker. No way. Okay, Soul Drinker is very fun. Placing bombs on his passive when he dies. I'm not sure if we have Gaius on this account. Let's actually have a quick look. Do we have Gaius? Not sure if he was able to complete that previous fusion. Very new to the game. We have some... Whoa, you've got some crazy legendaries, man. That is nuts. Doesn't look like we have a Gaius, though. Doesn't look like we've got a Gaius. No, unless he's in here. No Gaius. No Gaius. But, man, that's some good legendaries. Whoa. But Soul Drink is very good with Gaius, because Gaius dies and blows up the bombs. So I think, I know YST has some cool stuff with Soul Drinkers for Bommel. And I know that Soda Dragon has some really cool stuff with Soul Drinkers and Gaius together in Arena. Obviously, we don't have Gaius on this account. Avir, the Alchmage, very mediocre. Rare. He can be okay for some faction war stuff, but he's not great. Not great. And last one. Oh, it's a rare. Okay, let's see where we're at. So Cataphract. Okay, how are we doing on the champion chase? We didn't get great luck here, I feel. No legendary. We got I feel like we got probably about the average amount of epics. Yeah, so we haven't got Lammerberg quite yet. We are a good chunk short. Okay, I think we're going to need to buy those shards. We're going to need to buy the shards. And then I think we'll leave him. Okay, let's grab this. 11. Okay, cool. There we go. Let's do it. Here we go. Got 11 more. I need to free up a little bit of space. Be right back. All right, we are back. Here we go. Let's pull the 10. No, let's do the 1. Let's do 1. Then we'll finish on the 10. How about that? Okay, good thing we did. This was just a rare. Berserker, you can get this guy from campaign. I actually spent forever farming the bloody campaign trying to get Berserker. I just couldn't get him to drop. And now I just pulled him today in my own ancient pulls. So what makes this guy good is he's really good for some of the secret rooms in Doom Tower Hard. He's got like this double hitting AoE. He's extra turn if he kills someone, fills his turn meter if he crits. So he's really fast. I think you build him in like a stun set and he can be quite good for secret rooms. Here we go though. The last 10. Come on. Let's get some luck. Epic. Good. Starting out with an epic. That's what we want to see. Come on. Come on. Okay. Well, we're most of the way there. Most of the way there. It was a close thing though, but there we go. Juliana. I think as far as I know, she's pretty terrible. Critical hit fills her turn meter. Crit rates. Poison for 3 turns if she crits on a 5-turn cooldown. Okay, that's pretty brutal. Attacks one enemy, removes a buff, can put a burn for 3 turns on a 5-turn cooldown. This is an old epic. She's old. And she's bad. So, there you go. Okay, so, basically, I think where we've ended up here, we came close. Again, fairly average luck, maybe a little bit under lucky. I'm kind of sad. I want to see this guy succeed here. I want Zoro to succeed. He's at 2-4-10. Here's what you do. You just finish this off with mystery shards now. Maybe a bit of campaign running, all the rest. You are good though. Just secure this guy. I mean, I don't know. If you get more ancients, you could pull them and try get lucky for this legendary tome. But to play it safe, I would be even potentially just saving as much as you can now for the summon rush, because I actually saw he already has 1 Lamabur, and I'm not sure if he collected it from somewhere, but that's who I've been feeding champions into. So he may potentially actually have an extra Lamabur. And if you get yourself you see he's got 1 Lamabur here already, which is the rare that we need. And this is something that you can do as well. If you get an extra Lamabur today while you're pulling your shards, you can skip Summon Rush, right? Because there's 1 Lamabur from Summon Rush. It's probably going to take about 3 Sacred Shards worth, or 9, 10 Voids worth, probably more like 10 or 11 Voids worth, that sort of thing. So we have enough on this account, but it would use up all of our Voids and Sacreds to get that Summon Rush Lamabur. You can potentially skip him. Again, double check that calendar. Check all your sources of Lamabur, keep track of it, make sure you're on top of it. But if you do get an extra Lamabur from Mystery Shards or Ancient Shards, yeah, you can potentially skip the Summon Rush event and save yourself a whole bunch of shards and start saving those for the next fusion to make that one just really stress-free. So some things to consider, but there we go. That was Zoro's account. Not the best luck, but we got through and he has a good plan. So I think he's well set for the fusion. Right. Let's jump in to the next account. All right, then. We are on the next account, and this is actually one of my clan members. This is Strike One. She has a really good chunk here of Ancient Shards. We're going to have to take a break a little bit of way through just to feed some of these champions to create some space. And I believe she's really looking for, again, any of those really top-tier legendaries to push stuff further, to do more. So let's go. 136. We got a good chance here. Let's do it. Here we go. All right. All right, will the luck be with us here? Bunch of rares so far. Okay, a couple epics back to back, and they're both terrible. Wow, oh my goodness. These are 3 epics that you would not build any of these. Defiled Sinner, again, get out of here, Defiled Sinner. Crypt Witch, I remember when I started playing the game, she was like, I think the first epic or the second. No, the first epic I ever got was Seeker, and I think she was 2nd or 3rd. And I thought she looked cool. And I built her out, and I regretted it. She's completely useless, so there you go. And then Karam. Karam is intriguing, but I don't think he's good, where he can blow up all the poison debuffs. But it's only single target compared to, obviously, Elenarl or Zavia, who are just way better. So, yeah, I don't know. I've heard some people say that maybe they use him, but I've never seen anyone actually do that. So, yeah, we'll see. We'll see. All right, next up, here we go. Epic again. Hofferys, not bad. Not bad. All right, and then lots and lots of rares. Obviously, as well, we're hoping for some of these rares. I actually got a message from one of the guys I was pulling shards for earlier, and he was like, "Oh, cool! You pulled me a Lamabur. You pulled me one of the goats that I completely missed." So you'll have seen that earlier in today's video. I did pull a goat by accident, but any of the goats that we pull are really good. Speaking of goats, this is a water goat, as is known, or a water horse. Hofferys. Hofferys actually a great champion. Really good for the faction. With the revive, with strengthen on them, good HP and turn meter, increased attack and crit rate, can stun on the A1, really strong. Skinwalkers is one of the worst factions in the game, as I'm sure most of us know. They're really rough, so Hofferys really helps for faction wars. Yeah, really, really good. All right, next up, here we go. Epics. Epics for days. Oh my god. 5 epics in a row. What is that? What? Can we trade these in for a legendary game? What is this? Well, Rearguard, we've already mentioned her today. Fantastic progression champion early game. Super good. Alika, I know that Saf from HH Gaming did a video on her recently. She actually does really good damage, but as you can see, we look at her skills here. I think she needs something like 20 bucks, something insane like that. So I just don't see any way that really almost anyone apart from a super endgame player is going to be able to afford to build her out for what she does. But she's intriguing if you've got a bunch of bucks to spare. Fan Cleric, Reviver, but one of the worst Revivers in the game. Unfortunately, he looks cool, but no good at all. He's even terrible in Doom Tower waves when you fight him. That's how you know he really sucks. Husk, top tier champion. Really strong now for Hydra. He can provoke in his A1, which is now relevant in Hydra. You can lock down the Head of Decay. Great stuff. His A2, AoE attack, enemy max HP, build him with 100% crit rate, tons of crit damage, and this guy smacks. Again, your typical Hydra build, you're looking for obviously 100% crit rate, looking for, I actually leave it pretty reasonable at just over 200% crit damage. It's actually a very low threshold. And then I try to crank his speed up high, like 230 speed if you're able to. And nowadays, of course, you're going to want to build him with accuracy as well. So it's not the toughest build to go for. Obviously, if you're able to crank his crit damage like 250 or higher, it gets much better. But we're not going to worry about that too much. Then his A3, we usually just turn this off because he's going to be doing his A1 most of the time in Hydra. His A3 does hit harder, though. It scales off his HP. He's HP-based champion, so very easy to build him tanky. I didn't talk about Gory there, but Gory's just not good. He looks super cool. There we go! Ignatius! All right, cool. I'm not sure if that's a new champion for Strike or not, but cool. We got our first legendary here. Very nice. Ignatius, he's old school. Really, really old school champion. He's got, if I remember right, he has very long cooldowns, but he does some nice effects. So like his A1, 25% chance to stun. It's actually terrible. His A2, though, AoE with a 75% chance to provoke on a 4-turn cooldown. Again, it's a long cooldown. Honestly, there's epics that have moves like this. The A3, though, this is the really cool part. AoE attack, 100% chance to place HP burn. This debuff cannot be resisted. So as you guys know, in the game, no matter how much accuracy you stack, there's always a 3% chance your move gets resisted. And no matter how much resistance you stack, there's always a 3% chance that the debuff lands anyway. This debuff, though, cannot be resisted, so he doesn't need any accuracy, and there's just no way they resist it, which makes him super consistent for speed running. Lots of, like, Spider Dungeon, for example, it's never going to go wrong. He will always burn everything. Likewise for the Frost Spider in Doom Tower. Debuff can't be resisted. It's got tons of resistance, doesn't matter. Lands it anyway, so it's pretty cool. Again, you can see it's a 5-turn cooldown here. It's a 4-turn cooldown here. I do believe he hits pretty hard. He's a defense-based champion. I think he can be a good defensive nuker. And that might be worth it. Honestly, if it was me, depending on where I needed him, if I was using him to speedrun Frost Spider, then yeah, you build him tanky. For Spider, you might just leave him with like no gear at all. So he does as little damage as possible. And you just use him as like a guaranteed HP burn. And that's it, you know? So there's a few different ways to use him. But yeah, any debuff that can't be resisted, always good. To mention these ones briefly then, Gerhard the Stone. I think he hits hard, but I've never really seen him used, and I wouldn't be too bothered. Basilisk, actually fantastic epic if you guys haven't used Basilisk before. There is a Lizardman secret room, and then obviously the Lizardman faction war stuff, which are pretty difficult. There's also some force attack champion only rooms, which again are pretty difficult. Basilisk is super good. He has an AoE attack on his A1 that gives himself increased attack, guaranteed stun on his A2. It's only single target, but it's cool. And then he actually revives himself with block damage when he gets killed. So you put him into a stun set, you have him running quickly, give him crit rate, some crit damage. He actually pumps out quite a bit of consistent AoE damage, as well as pumping out consistent AoE stuns. He can really hard carry that secret room. I do think Venom Mage is better for it now, but I did it with Basilisk because I didn't have Venom Mage and she was great. Umatogi, really nothing too special there with Umatogi, unfortunately. We won't go super in-depth into everything, so we've got a lot of shards to go through here. Oof. Well, coming down off the high of pulling a legendary, got a whole bunch of rares. All right, let me go and feed these champions to free up some space, and yeah, we'll see where we end up. Okay, so what we're gonna do, we freed up most of the space. We're gonna need to do another pass here as well. We did get we might have pulled a Lammerburr there, and I might have missed him again. I'm not sure. Anyway, we still have 86 to go. Let's dive back in. Here we go. One legendary so far. Let's see if we can get another. Here we go. Or we could pull 10 rares. I mean, that's also an option. Legendary or pull 10 rares. I mean, it's a good deal, right? Right? Maybe not. Okay, the epics are starting to come in. Soul Drinker is actually really interesting. Let me mention Duck first. This is a straightforward one. Duck, AoE decrease attack, decrease defense, 3 turn cooldown, based off defense, decrease accuracy here, provoke here. Super, super good champion. As you guys know, I consider him to be one of the best, if not the best, early game epic. He just will hard carry you through everything and be really good then even for Hydra later in the game as well. He's a great epic. Now, Soul Drinker is definitely an interesting one that has come back into the meta big time, thanks to Gaius, really. Soul Drinker puts out 2 bombs on everyone whenever he dies, so you can build some really funky arena teams where you have Soul Drinkers that go in there, they die, and then Gaius's passive blows up all the bombs, which is really cool. He also puts out bombs on an AoE attack here as well. He can decrease bomb cooldowns on his A2. That's not that good. And his A1 can also decrease bombs. But it's really because Gaius is so strong, Soul Drinker opens up some interesting possibilities. I've seen some really cool like cheese teams for Bommel as well. For the lower difficulties now, I don't think they work on hard 90, but some cheesy teams with bombs that can, and Soul Drinkers that can do Bommel, like floor 10 hard at least, maybe floor 50. It's pretty creative stuff. I know YST has done several videos on it, so check out his stuff if you want to see more. Okay, another husk. Okay, we're going to have more husks than we could possibly use at the end of this video. Chinoru. I really like the design of Chinoru. I think she looks like super cool, kind of realistic, but still fantasy look. I like it. Unfortunately, she's not that good at all. Block buffs, A1, okay. Triple hitter at random with weaken, very average. And then she has an AoE attack that does remove increased defense buffs from all enemies. So it's interesting. I actually used her at level 50 in my first 3-star faction war clear of Shadowkin. But she was just there because she was the first Shadowkin champion I got when they first released Shadowkin. And I built her up to level 50, expecting that the Shadowkin faction crypt would come soon and it'd be useful. And then they didn't release the Shadowkin faction crypt for, I think, almost a year. Almost a year to release it after the faction first launched. So by then, I'd pulled way more champions. And she was quickly replaced. So there you go. Actually, Oboro took her spot now as the spot in the team after building Oboro for Hydra. No legendary yet. We do have a Doom Priest. I only pulled Doom Priest myself recently. Great epic, really good. Healing allies at the start of every one of her turns and removing debuffs. Really strong for, again, lots of those Doom Tower bosses because this is a passive ability. Very similar to Sylve the Drakes. She also gives you increased attack. She can put increased crit rate on her A1. She's part of lots, actually very relevant now with Helicath, right? You will have seen in my video, I actually ran Doom Priest with Helicath. There's lots of teams built around block damage, unkillable teams in Clan Boss that actually use Doom Priest to make it affinity friendly, right? Man-Eater gives you unkillable and also block debuffs. So he stops those debuffs, he stops the stun, makes you affinity friendly very easily. Doom Priest can come in and do the same thing for your block damage team. So Helicath, Roshkar teams, that sort of thing. So yeah, she might be a lot more relevant for a lot more people, and she's already a great champion. Obviously not going to be useful here to strike, but great champion overall, nonetheless. All right, coming through here. Increased attack that she gives is good for unkillable as well. Oh, it's mostly rares. Mostly rares. We do have Canoness. Cannon yo ass out of here. All right, and let's free up some more space. There we go. We got 36 still to go. Let's do it. All right, let's do it. We're back the last 36. We got tons of space. Let's go. 1 legendary so far and 100 shards. This is going over 100 now. Can we get another one? Can we do it? Not in this set. We got Rain Beast or Rain Beast. I think he could be quite nice for some of the secret rooms in Doom Tower. He was cool, I think, way back in the day, like pumping out continuous heals in his A1. He can revive if we kill someone. He's all right, you know. He's okay. He's got a cool passive there too, but yeah, not super relevant anymore outside of secret rooms. Sanguina, I actually think, or Sanguina, I think this champion's supposed to actually be pretty good. I know Hell Hades likes her quite a bit. Triple hitter A1, that's good, with chance to decrease 2 random buffs on the target. 30% chance, okay. Then she has block debuffs and a continuous heal on all allies for 2 turns on a 3-turn cooldown. Could work again for some clan boss stuff. Single target attack that transfers all debuffs from this champion to the target and removes all debuffs from all allies except this champion. So it's actually a really good cleanse move. She could be really helpful for nether spider progression, that sort of stuff. The thing I don't like about her, I feel like these 2 reds I'm colorblind, so I'm completely talking out of my arse. I have no idea what I'm saying, but to me it looks terrible. The 2 colors just don't match. But you know, I'm probably not the person that should talk about that sort of stuff. All right, here we go. Oh, the rare tax is coming in hard. An epic Quargan the Crowned. Okay, here we go. Quargan, interesting champ. Shield with a heal, not bad. And then he does some interesting stuff in this A3. Perfect Veil, increased attack for champions with higher attack. Actually kind of nice. And then block debuffs, increase defense on champions at higher defense. And then his A1 can increase the duration of a random buff on a random ally. Like, that's 50% chance for a random buff, a random ally. It's random. But these 2 moves are actually kind of cool. And I do kind of like him. This one especially is very unique. The way that it interacts with your attack or defense being higher. I think he's actually a really fun champion. And he looks cool as well. I actually quite like him. Not sure if he's like super strong. I think he's decent. But he's just a fun champion, you know. Oh man, the rare attacks. Don't do us dirty like this. Oh, okay, a Magnar at the end. Great epic, but not what we're looking to see. We're looking for those legendaries. Decreased defense to A1 now. The big thing, of course, is A2, that percussive pound. I have a guide on Magnar. Did it a couple of weeks ago, I think, so check that out if you want to see. But he's pretty much the best HP-based nuker in the game. This absolutely smacks when it does that extra hit on enemies without HP burn. Very easy to trigger that. So he absolutely destroys while also being super tanky because you're building his HP really high. Then he can do debuff spread. He can also be pretty alright for Hydra stuff, where you would probably have burns out, but he can actually extend burns by 1 turn with his A3. So he won't do as much direct damage if you're burning those Hydra heads, but he does extend the burns. His A1, really good chance to decrease defense if the target's under burn. So he can do some sort of nice damage / utility stuff there. Oh man, not so lucky here. We got 6 more to go though. Here we go. It's not over yet. Abyssal, one of the better rares. AoE attack with a chance for block buffs in his A1. Actually kind of useful. Rare. He does some other little stuff there, but compared to most rares, he's pretty good. Oh, nice. This was going to make a lot of people jealous. Geomancer. I'm pretty sure Strike has enough Geomancers already, but this is a champion that you're really happy to get, 3 copies of. You're pretty good. A1, decrease accuracy AoE. Great for Hydra. A2 can steal buffs, cool, but it's the A3, 3-turn cooldown when booked, 100% chance for HP burn and weaken for 3 turns, and then with the passive, reducing all the damage you take by 15%, deflecting it onto enemies under HP burn, proccing max HP damage as well. He's just insane. He is I consider him the best overall, sort of the best budget damage dealer for Hydra because it's so easy to make him work. And he just pumps out crazy damage while keeping your team healthy by reducing the damage they take. It's very, very easy to build him because he doesn't need any crit rate or crit damage, any of that nonsense. Just an amazing champion. So good. I think it's still the most watched video on the channel, I think, is Geomancer and Hydra. Greybeard, decent rare. AoE freeze, obviously not the best chance. Can be good for some secret rooms. All right, 3 to go. One of them's a rare. Okay, 2 to go. Misery Cord. Get out of here. 2 to go. Come on. Oh, I saw it wasn't blue, and I thought it was, but it's not. Snorting Thug. Yeah, okay. Snorting. At least we're not ending on Snorting Thug. We'll take a rare over this guy. What does he even do? Nothing. Get out of here, Snorting Thug. The last one. The last shard. Oh, it is the rare. Okay. It's Apothecary's evil brother, Magister. It's like you think you pulled Apothecary, you think you're happy on your early account, and then you realize you got AoE heal reduction. 75% chance. For the weak version of heal reduction, no less. Get out of here, Magister. So there we go, guys. 136 shards. We had some okay luck, I would say. Only we got 1 legendary. I was really hoping for 2. But, 1 legendary. It is something. And obviously a whole bunch of epics as well. Oh boy, that's a whole bunch of pulling. Let's see. I think we might have one more account after this, so stay tuned. Alright then guys, for the final account here today, we are on Mike 590's account, and we're going to be pulling a bunch of ancient shards. We have 76 here to go. He has the space all ready to go as well. Fantastic stuff. I see he's kind of like me as well. He's trying to save up his void shards. It's tough. It's tough to save those voids. I've been doing it now though. And it's like, just don't pull any void shards for like half a year in case they ever do another guaranteed legendary. It's kind of crazy. Anyway, he is not looking for any particular champions. He's just hoping to get some fun stuff and to be part of a video. So let's do it. Here we go. Let us dive in. 76 shards. How many legendaries can we get? We haven't been crazy lucky with legendaries today. I'm hoping for something. I'm good at pulling these epics though. We have epics everywhere. We've seen Urtikata already today. Actually, Judge, I'm building Judge myself, guys, which is kind of crazy. But he's really good for some of the attack rooms in Doom Tower Hard. He has a double hitter AoE that gives him turn meter, 3 turn cooldown. Then his A1 does more damage per debuff, but then he puts out a whole bunch of random debuffs, right? Every hit has a chance to put out these debuffs, and you can put him in a stun set, whatever, and he can actually do quite a bit of work for you in some of those secret rooms. Like, he's not bad. Who do we have here? We have Siege Hulk. Siege Hulk, so big, he doesn't even fit on the screen. It's hard to see. He has like a ballista on his back. He's a really cool champion. Gives himself increased attack and then AoE decreased defense. He gives himself crit rate, crit damage, can place decreased speed, decreased turn meter potentially in his A1. He's actually pretty good. The only real problem with Siege Hulk is that Ugo is in the same faction as a decreased defense champion, and she really overshadows him. But he's a pretty good champion. He is just overshadowed. Next up we have Jotun. He was like the referral champion when I started that the content creators are giving out. I don't know. I think he's fairly useless as far as I know. He looks super cool, but I don't think he's really much good. Mausoleum Mage, though, this is a super, super good epic. Amazing progression epic. Removes all debuffs from allies, heals them on a 4-turn cooldown, heals them more and fills turn meter if there's more debuffs removed. Increased crit rate, increased defense, and block debuffs on a 3-turn cooldown. Then his A1 can place decreased speed. He is just so good for progression. Can really carry your teams through a lot of content. Very, very good epic. Not like flashy, not super exciting, but just consistently awesome at keeping you alive. We're paying the rare tax. Here we go. Whole bunch of rares. Okay. Whole bunch of... There's always that one pull, isn't there? It can be depressing when you start with like 10 rares. There's another Judge. Hellgazer. Epic coming in here. And again, a whole bunch more rares. My goodness. Hellgazer. You fight her a lot in campaign, right? She's in all those... whatever the stage 12 floors, isn't she? I don't think she's much good. Low chance of decreased defense on the A1. Removes all debuffs, gives herself increased attack and an extra turn. This just slows down your campaign runs is basically what it does. And then she's an AoE attack that fills her turn meter. I mean, she's kind of cool, but she's really not worth any investment. There's way better demon spawn. So yeah, there we go. Broodlord, he's showing up again. Again, a really underwhelming epic, I think, unfortunately. And where's the luck, Plarium? What is happening here? Come on, give us some good epics, Plarium. Give us some good epics. There we go. Kenelia, that's more like it. Another Jotun. Okay, get out of here. Catacomb Counselor, Magnar. We gave out to Plarium. It worked. Judge again. We can have a whole team of judges for the secret room at this point. That's kind of hilarious. Magnar, obviously we talked about him already. Fantastic. AoE, max HP. Well, not max HP, excuse me. AoE HP based nuker. Really good. I use him quite a bit. Catacomb Counselor is an old school ally attacker. Teams up with 3 random allies to attack. It's on a 4-turn cooldown. That's all he does. Really outshone, overshadowed by Farrakhan the Fat these days. Don't think he really does too much else, like triple attack, tiny increased attack. Like, he doesn't do much else. He's not bad early game as an ally attacker. It's decent for, clan boss and faction wars, but really overshadowed. Kenelia, big Kenelia fan. That AoE sleep, amazing for arena. I think she's 109 base speed when she's fully ascended. Something crazy like that. So very easy to build her speed tuned with your Arbiter and have a slow nuker following up. She's got a really cool A3 that lets people sleep as well. She's just super, super good, super underrated. A very interesting and unique champion is Kenelia. We took like the big minds like YST to figure it out. It's a Drexstar and a Lamabur. Okay, we got ourselves a Drexstar Blood Twin. All right. I mean, it's not the worst thing in the world. Obviously, you get him guaranteed from the bazaar. So we'll check now in a second. We almost definitely have Drexstar here in this account. But getting a second one is okay. Like, he's not a bad one to empower. That bonus accuracy and resistance that you get from empowering champions is going to be helpful because he's good in Doom Tower and Hydra, which are like those really intensive areas, right? In terms of those stats. You can build him as a resistance tank. Stay tuned. He's pretty cool. And if not, well, hey, you know, you can use him for Faction Guardians. Demon Spawn, one of the most powerful factions. There's a Lamabur. That's actually quite good. Let me just double check this here as we go. If we go into our Faction Guardians, we go to Demon Spawn. We actually have 6 dupes already. Do we not have Drexstar? What? No way. Do we not have Drexstar? Oh, maybe we don't. Is that the first Drexstar? Yo, he's in Silver 1. Oh, dude. We totally don't have Drexstar. It's the first Drexstar. He doesn't have him. Wow. Okay, well, that's amazing. Well, he's a great dupe if you get him. We got 85 Drexstar fragments. You got him a few days or 2 weeks early. Boom. Nub raids coming in clutch with the pull. Actually, quite a useful pull. Wow, you are flying. Wow, that's so good to have your demon spawn so full. Like I said, I mean, you've got such good champions. Shazar is really good. Countess is really good. Yeah, Sissia is obviously amazing. Then we're going to have a Drexstar. We have to get loads of Shazars. Get a Drexstar in there for that 10% defense. Really closing in on that bonus speed. And that's a pretty big deal. So that is very, very cool. Right, let's go again. We've got 16 shards left. Here we go. Okay. Well, we got one legendary. Can we ask for more? Yes, we can. Yes, we can. Let's have one more. Or not. Let's have some rares. Kalia. Oh, Kalia. I was hoping to pull her myself. She's kind of fun. She just got buffed, so triple hit her at random. Each hit placing HP burn. Kind of cool. Then she has an AoE with heal reduction, and then her A1 has a 40% chance to place HP burn. She's not amazing, and she's super random, but I certainly think for an early player, she could be kind of good, actually. She could be kind of good, right? As just a good nuking champion that's bringing HP burn. Good for that normal Doom Tower, some of that early dungeon progression, early arena. I think she's not bad. And here we go. We have 6 Ancients left to go. One by one. Here we go. We got ourselves Metal Shaper. Can be useful-ish for Scarab Boss. Awkward to make it work, though. You need a lot of turn meter control. AoE HP burn with Ultimate Gaelic. He's one of the worst ones. But, you know, when you're starting out, getting any HP burn is a huge deal. Not going to be useful. Here in this account, he has Sissia, obviously. But still, you know, you can do this AoE HP burn. Not bad on each hit. It's okay. You do need to give him increased attack and some weird stuff to make it work. He needs increased attack to do his kit properly. So it's a bit awkward. And it's not 100% chance. But, you know, when you start out, it ain't bad. Here we go. 3 left. 3 Ancient Shards left in today's video. Can we get something here? Are we going to end on 3 rares? Oh, are we going to end on the 3 rares? Last one. Here we go. It's 3 rares. it's 3 rares. It's Judge's long lost brother, Wanderer, who's probably not as good as Judge. Ignores defense. 2 hits. Oh my god. Get out of here, Wanderer. Wander away. Well, there you go, guys. Those were the shards. Look, I hope that you enjoyed today's video. I can't believe that we actually got a new Drexstar. That is hilarious to me. We've got so many champs in this account, but we don't have that Drexstar yet. We got it slightly early, but yeah, I think, you know, not the best luck. The content creator luck, I don't know in today's video. What do you guys think? I feel like I was super good with epics today. I feel like we got tons of epics, but I don't feel like we got tons of legendaries. We're fairly, you know, probably fairly on the odds, but you're hoping to be kind of lucky. But there you go. Thank you to everyone that joined in for Shard Pulls. We'll do this again, I think, in 2 weeks' time. For what's up next? Is it Sacreds next? I can't remember. Or is it Voids? I don't remember what's next, but whatever is next, we'll do some pulls for that as well. Thank you all for watching. I hope that you had a great time. Good luck with your own Shard Pulls, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.